And we're live.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, good night. This is the scene for Hong Kong House of Cards. Uh, it is August 7th, 8th, 2015. Um, and today we find poor Mr. Gust coming into Adam's brothel, where Adam is actually the only person in during the day because,
It's
is the
not
nature
open
of
during
his
the day.
business. Right, it's the nature of his business. It takes place at night. And about that time, um, Gus walks in, and Adam has his eyes closed and his hands, you know, folded into roughly the shape of a diamond. Like his fingertips are touching each other, and so are his thumbs, and there's basically like a diamond space of air between them. And he moves them out and places them forwards. Do me a favor. Can somebody roll me 8 dice, please?
I can do that 1 sec here. Dice
Awesome.
Jam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It
7, 1,
is.
7, 8. Okay, it is a what?
I'm gonna say diff 6. Because uh, it's Alicia that he's moving, not him in the room. So
1,
4,
2,
5
3, 4,
successes.
5 successes.
So Deb, here's the deal. Alicia and everything around her in the size of a closet is now teleported into this room that you don't recognize.
Okay, what time of day is it?
You're in a well-lit room.
No, I'm trying to work out what she's likely to be up to at this
Hong
time of
Kong
day.
is how many hours ahead is Hong Kong?
Fudge.
About 12, I think.
12. Okay, so we'll call it 12 until we get a more solid timestamp later.
So
It
we'll have
is
to do.
now. It is supposed to be like, I don't know, 11 in the morning.
You're wanting to know how far, what the time difference between Hong Kong and New York is?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 sec. World clock. And city. Phones are good for some things.
Right.
They are GMT +8.
So they are.
It is 8 a.m. 8:17 a.m. currently in
So yeah,
Hong
they are
Kong.
12 hours ahead.
Yes, they are.
So yes, Deb, it was like 11 in the morning
Okay,
for Alicia. So
so
you are transported to a room, and this room looks like a front room to a
how
house.
far beneath her?
Do what?
Because she'd be outside at this point.
Okay.
Are you moving, like, the plants and everything, or just...
No, no, any living people within the space of a closet from her and her are coming.
Okay.
Had I used nature, the nature realm, then yes, plants would have come with. However, uh, let me clarify, by people I mean any
Okay.
supernaturals because I used the Fey and Scene realm. So
Okay.
basically any supernaturals around her in the space that would take up like a decent sized closet are coming with her.
Okay. So, her plus a 12-year-old.
Say what?
They were out gardening.
Okay. Was anybody with her?
Yeah, her plus a 12-year-old.
Oh, wonderful. A 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So you and this 12-year-old are teleported. Like the scene shifts. Like, have you ever seen where? Imagine the world itself kind of looked like, for a split second, it was watercolors, and those watercolors just melted and started running, and suddenly you're in a house.
And Alicia is going to shoot right up to standing position because she was crouched down,
Okay.
putting herself between the 12-year-old and other figures in the room before realizing that one of them is Adam.
It's Adam.
Frowning
Yep.
at him.
Yep.
What?
Gus, by the way, you see two people materialize into the room.
What the fuck did I walk in on?
And
And he'll take off his aviators and put them on his shirt.
Adam kind of turns. Ah, shit. Okay. He turns back. Turns back to Gus. I just brought an old friend from home. And he kind of rubs his forehead and looks at Alicia. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Well, you could have rung.
No.
She,
No, I can't.
The 12-year-old is currently kind of clutching to the back of her shirt.
He kind of smirks at this. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't explain why. So I left New York. You are literally half a world away at this point. And welcome to Hong Kong. I'll send you back. I need to talk to you for a little bit. So yeah,
She's going to turn her back on them for a moment and crouch down, and she's just going to say, David, it's okay. It's okay. They're not bad people, okay? And she's going to stand back up.
He kind of shrugs and points to Gus. He's one of your people.
Oh, she's the child of Raven too?
No, he's a Korax, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Adam doesn't know any difference.
Any difference.
Yeah, but
which is why Gus
gonna
responded, she's a child of Raven too? What?
Well, making a bit of a... she's going to sniff slightly, and then but she's actually going to say that. No, he's the Korax, isn't he?
That I am, ma'am.
He's one of you guys, like cousins, right?
Something like that, yes.
So, I need help. I have a small issue. By the way, Alicia, Gus, Alicia.
David, this is Adam. I knew him quite a few months ago, but he seems to have gained some ability since then.
You expand on the tricks, you know, and he kind of shrugs. Yeah, I need help with something, and he's actually at this point kind of rubbing his temples with his middle finger and thumb. So he kind of stops and looks up at Alicia and smiles. So it's about a girl, and tell me when it's not about a girl when it involves me.
She's going to smile slightly sympathetically. Sigh slightly. Do you have some colouring pens and some paper?
Do I have? No, you're kind of at my brothel. We generally don't entertain children. Sorry. He actually takes out a phone, sends a text, and kind of just waits. No, but I can get him something to drink. I have water, or we have juice. We do have orange juice. Yeah, orange juice. We've got that because we needed that for the mixers, and our truck just came in.
Screwdrivers are amazing.
Well, if you could get him a glass of orange juice. David, do you mind just sitting over here for a bit while we have a talk? Okay, okay. Does look a little bit concerned, but he's mostly staring at the two of you with rather large eyes because he's suddenly been transported halfway across the world.
Yeah.
And then he mumbles really quietly to Alicia, "The spirit, like the tree person." And I go, "No, no. We've not really. They're different." And they've just kind of moved us. It's all going to be okay. I will make sure that we get you home later, okay? And then she's just going to kind of sit him down in a clean-looking corner, and she's going to pull a snack bar, like one of the grain bars from her pocket. I'm just going to leave him chewing on that, thoughtfully watching everything, while she moves slightly further away so they might be able to talk without him listening in on everything.
About that time, a Asian woman walks up with, holding a glass of orange juice, and Adam kind of looks at her and points to the boy. If he needs anything else, handle his needs. Not like that. And she kind of nods and walks over, hands him the orange juice, and basically gets him anything he needs to make him comfortable. Okay.
Yeah, he's probably just going to be sitting on the seat, swinging his legs and watching Alicia and the strange people.
Right. Like, if he wants to watch TV or anything, this lady will definitely turn on whatever he'd like. However, I don't think he speaks Cantonese, so it's doubtful that he'll understand it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I have something in common with the kid.
And with Alicia, she doesn't speak Cantonese either, but then she doesn't live in Hong Kong. Right. So, this is about a girl, and you wanted to talk to me in your brothel. Okay?
Well, it's my brothel, and I live upstairs. So, yeah. By the way, the place is decked out immaculately. Like, it's fucking nice. So he's like, yeah. So I have a girl, and I want to be. She's like you, and I want to be important to her. And by important, I mean I want to be able to. That kinfolk thing you were telling me about, where you were like, they're important to us for purposes of, like, marriage and whatnot?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be important to her. I want to actually,
Okay, so which tribe is she with?
I don't know. I just, like...
Who was she one of the ones that was there last night?
Well, just hold on, Gus. Hold on. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, no, I got this. Like, Alicia taught me everything I know about her guys. So.
Oh boy.
So, yeah, sweetie, I need help. I want to be important to her, and like Jericho ended up being important to you. But that's beside the point. That's not the point. That's not why I brought you here to relive old love lost. Can you help me become important to her?
Not really. I mean, the whole kinfolk thing is it's a bonus, and it stops the rest of the people getting in the way. But that's not really the most important thing. I mean, that's got to come down to you two, right?
Right, and can you help me have a better chance? I feel like, from what you explained, being a kinfolk gives me a better shot.
Well, think of it as like think of it as being like aristocracy. You know how they didn't want their children dating the chauffeur or something.
Right, right.
All that it really does is get rid of the disapproval.
Well, that's better than, like, it would help. He's this entire time he's kind of been looking down. It theoretically would help then, right?
I suppose so. I guess it kind of depends. I mean, wouldn't it be better to get to know her first?
Well, he kind of looks to the side. She's happy to pet my head, and that's a start.
Okay.
And Alicia, what would it take to become a kinfolk?
Well, it's quite a complicated ritual, but it's certainly doable. It needs the approval of 3 members of the tribe, and some nudity, but I doubt that would be a problem.
Yeah, being naked's not an issue. He actually looks up, looks in her eyes, kind of like squints, and then looks down. We've been naked together, so, I mean...
Yeah. But it wouldn't just be me, you know.
Okay.
As I said, it takes 3 people.
Okay. So, how do we go about doing it?
Well, I mean, does it would really help if I knew if any of her tribe were able to help out, or even if we're the same tribe. It's all a bit complicated.
Okay. I don't know, but I'm going to assume yes.
Assume yes to us being the same tribe?
Yes, let's assume yes that let's assume she fits what's needed, okay?
Okay, well, I'm just saying it might be easier asking some of her family to help.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, I can try and ask. I know enough people to try and do it, but it's just they would have to get to know you. It's not something that they'd be willing to agree to lightly.
Right.
It's basically all 3 of the people involved need to know that they can trust you to be a part of the family.
Okay.
It's a very big ritual. It's in fact, it only tends to be done about once every few years worldwide, so it's not something that is done often.
He nods. Well, I
But I did learn how to do it, so I can do that. You just need to find the other two people.
He kind of smiles at that. Well, I mean, like, I can't go back to New York.
Okay.
I can, but I'll die.
Can you go to New Orleans?
I can go to New Orleans. That's not an issue.
Well, there's a can there I can phone up and see if any of them would be willing to speak with you.
Okay.
Like I said, it takes 3 people, and whilst I could lead it, you need the other 2.
Right.
It's like
Okay.
how when someone gets christened, you need the priest, but you also need the godmother and the godfather. And the priest needs to know what they're doing. The godmother and the godfather just need to be there and approve of it. It's not something that's done lightly, but they don't need to know the details of how to do it, if you see what I mean.
He nods. Yeah.
But they do all have to be from the same tribe.
Okay. Well. Okay. He thinks for a second. Um. Adam looks around. Banality rating for Alicia is what, 5?
Probably 5 or 6, yeah.
And for Gus, it's how much?
6, I believe.
6. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm actually going to change devices real quick and go get better Wi-Fi because my phone is now charged enough that I can do that. So I will be right back. Double check those banality ratings, and when I get back, we'll do this.
Okay. Snag this Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the standard banality is 6, but I'm pretty sure that Alicia's will be down from that by now to 5.
Okay. Adam is actually at this point going to take Alicia's hand and take Gust's hand and walk them closer to the child. He's going to look at the woman who's been attending the child and be like, he's actually going to speak Cantonese for this. He's going to be, thank you, Mei Ling. You can go back to your duties. She will nod, smile and bow to the people who are not her boss, and she will actually head to a different room. At that point, I need a total of 8 dice, please. At difficulty 6.
Shall I do those, or do you want to do them?
I am on mobile, so I am never able to do dice rolls.
I actually meant Sean, but he seems to have frozen. Difficulty 6, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Awesome.
But Sean has disappeared, so...
Yeah, as soon as he gets back, I'll... Welcome back.
This is the second time I've had this problem already today, where Hangouts says, "Oh, you're being kicked out of the call because of an authentication issue." Har 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 har.
Oh, that's okay. I had Hangouts fucking boot me from a Hangout and be like, "Cannot verify password." I'm like, the fuck? So it was wonderful. Okay, for the record, I have 5 successes, which is what I need for instant transmission. That being said, Gus, I don't think has he dealt with a lot of changelings before, and more so has he ever dealt with Flash?
Not in this iteration. He has not dealt with a single changeling in his fucking life.
Okay, cool. Alicia has seen this happen before at this point, because it just happened a few minutes ago to her. So, yeah, the world itself seems to melt away like color, water paints. It literally runs, like reality itself dribbles down in front of you, and there is a bright flash, and ta-da, for the record, everyone here, I'm assuming, is pretty familiar with New Orleans layout.
Roughly. Do we have... we brought David with us, right?
Yes, that's why Adam took you guys' hands and moved closer to David, because he was like, and he came along with her. I'm not leaving him alone anywhere. So, yeah, David is here with us. We are actually in the cemetery that you see in the film Queen of the Damned in New Orleans. In front of the headstone that was in the film Lestat's headstone.
Right. So I take it you want to try and talk to some of the elders now?
He kind of looked, and by the way, it's daylight again. Natural daylight. He looks at Alicia and kind of raises an eyebrow. Do you have something better to do, hon? I mean, I can send you back.
No, it's fine. It's just we're dragging David halfway around the world, and
Do you have somewhere that I can send him that he'd be safe?
pardon?
Do you have somewhere I can send him where he will be safe for the time being until we are done?
David, we're going to see my grandparents, okay? Okay, come on. And she's just going to take David's hand and start walking along one of the streets. And she'll pull a phone out of her pocket and dial a number while she's walking. Actually, she won't dial, she'll text. And she'll soon get one back.
Yeah, you'll get one back. I don't know what exactly you're sending them, but...
It's just basically, I am unexpectedly in New Orleans. Are you around? I've got some people that want to talk.
You'll get back. Yeah, we're at X location. Stop on by. I'm assuming these are actually her grandparents, and they are loving grandparents.
They are actually her grandparents. She didn't meet them until about a year ago.
Okay.
But yeah, they are quite affectionate. They just didn't know that she existed.
Nice. So yeah,
Neither
they'll
did her
give you an
dad.
address.
But yeah, so head towards the outskirts. Waiting for Sean to come back. And he's back. Okay, so Alicia's going to lead the way towards a rather large house in the suburbs, which has quite the extended family going on. And they're going to recognize David and be highly confused that he's in New Orleans, and ditto Alicia. But then they could have got a moon bridge if it's really important. And while... Okay. Connections are not doing well tonight, are they?
No, they aren't. My internet just hiccuped. But then again, it's internet that is provided me for free by my landlord, and therefore I share it with other nearby apartments, and it sucks.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so
And I have good connection now, so all problems should be solved at this point.
Okay, so Alicia will lead them towards a large house in the suburbs, with David in tow. And,
Okay.
the family will look surprised at seeing David there, and then he'll end up running off to play with some of his cousins. Because I'm figuring he's Alicia's nephew or something. And her gran and grandpa will beckon them in and give them large glasses of sweet tea and get them all sat on the sofa before anyone's allowed to discuss anything serious.
Adam, being from Kentucky initially, will be like, okay, cool, and will totally take a glass of sweet tea without question.
Mm-hmm. Once they're all settled, Grandma's going to begin with, so, who are your friends, Alicia? This is Adam. He's a changeling. And this is Gus?
Gust.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gus. He's a Korax. They'll both just take this completely in stride. And what was so important that you had to bring a changeling through at Moonbridge?
Adam actually, it kind of raises his hand real slow and gently sets the glass down. He's looking at the grandparents. If I may?
Certainly.
I didn't go through Moonbridge. I actually brought us all here.
Okay, I'd never heard of changelings doing that, but I suppose.
I can teleport, as well as move really, really quick and jump really high, and there's a bunch of other stuff, but that's neither here nor there. I brought us here because I asked Alicia for help because she's like a good longtime friend of mine. So
He wants to become a kinfolk. And both of them will look a little bit surprised, but then they'll look a bit more closely at him.
he kind of smiles and like looks down, like almost embarrassed, but like not ashamed, but that kind of nervous embarrassment.
So, what is it that makes you want to become a part of the nation?
He looks them in the eye and then looks down before he answers. I want to help, and I don't know how best to help other than becoming kin. And there's a girl, and
a little smile will spread across both the grandparents' faces as one of them reaches out and gives the other one's hand a squeeze, and they both glance over to Alicia, and there's just this moment of, "Oh, girl."
And like Alicia and I talked a while back, and I'm very happy that she is happy with where she ended up with everything, but I don't want to. I want to better my chances with this girl, and I feel that it would better my chances because, from what I understand, they're important for like marriage and procreation and whatnot to your people, and I want to help. And it helps that I kind of like this girl, and he kind of gets this snarky kind of smirk and looks up.
Well, the importance of kin is never to be underestimated. But how much weight is given to it varies from place to place and sept to sept.
Say again? Sorry, I was reading something.
The importance of kin is never to be underestimated, but how much weight it carries within the nation varies from sept to sept.
He kind of nods. It's not exactly a, and he looks down. It's not exactly a sept so much as a dragon nest. He kind of has this his smirk shifts in nature from like this kind of, you know, kind of bashful smirk to almost a like nervous smirk.
He's living in Hong Kong, Alicia explains.
He nods. Emphasis. That word. Enthusiastically, that word.
And the grandparents will exchange a glance. And unusually, it won't be the grandmother that speaks now, it'll be the grandfather. And because so far it's mostly been the grandmother kind of bustling her around. But instead he says, "Are you sure of what she is?"
He looks up and nods, yes, I'm absolutely sure of what she is.
"You are sure she's Garu?"
He pauses for a second, looks to the side as if he's thinking, looks back at him and nods enthusiastically.
"I had to be sure. There are many strange farer out in the east."
He looks down. Yeah, we're out there. We're dealing with some weird stuff.
No,
It's not like home.
Not fairies, farer.
Like me.
Oh. Yeah, no, she's not like him.
Okay. Well, you'll have to speak with the elders, of course. But I think it likely they will set you a test.
He nods, kind of. Almost that knowing what you have to do, but knowing the path but unsure of the road to take in it. You know, that kind of hesitant, not that he's hesitant about what he's about to embark on, but he's hesitant as in he doesn't know what that test is going to be. Does that make sense?
So what have you done to help the nation?
At that, he kind of chuckles and smiles and points to the man and goes, "You know, someday I'll tell you the story of how I didn't set shit ablaze and how I made sure that a vampire didn't start wars.
Perhaps rather than what you didn't do, you could simply tell us a story of your achievements, your renown. What it is that you have done that the spirits should acknowledge.
He kind of looks down and sighs, not that sigh of dismay, but that sigh of thinking. And he looks up, nods, and looks down again, and goes, I went back to Nazi Germany and stopped a tank from going and destroying people and villages and life. And he looks at Alicia at that.
It's a good start, Alicia says with a shrug. The grandparents look at each other, and again the grandfather will say something. I think you should work on a story. A big story. A true story. One that will tell people what you bring to the nation, what you hope to do to help us. The war may be over, but there are still many battles.
Adam nods at this.
This
And
girl,
actually, go ahead. Sorry.
This girl, see what tasks she is set and what you can do to help her.
He nods at this.
Because she will obviously be working towards the goals of the Gary Nation. And if you can help with that, then you will have a good story to tell. Something to encourage people to welcome you.
He nods at this. Okay. I can do this.
And if you come back at the next full moon, I will speak for you with my sept and see if we can arrange to allow you to speak at our gathering.
He nods.
I don't do this lightly.
His face is actually in a very contemplative state at this point.
There are very, very few welcome to our gatherings. But I wish you luck.
Thank you. He says and looks up. Well, and he looks over at Alicia and then looks down. I think we're ready then.
Pretty much. I think there's one more thing I should say.
He looks up at this.
When it comes to coming up with something to put before the sept to seek their approval, Remember, there are 3 ways in which a person can earn respect. There's the glory of the battle. There's the wisdom to help others. And there's the honor to uphold what is important. If you can find all 3 of those and a way to spin it so that they are helpful to the Garu and not, well, helpful to everyone is good, but you're asking to become a part of us. She shrugs.
He nods.
I'll go get David.
Okie dokie.
And she'll disappear while Grandma and Grandpa will offer you cookies and see about topping up the drinks and ask the Korax if he has any interesting stories of his travels.
Yeah. No, nothing particularly new or renditioning right now. Mostly just going from place to place on as part of my job, I suppose. Living on a boat, flying planes, that sort of thing.
They were nodding at it being part of your job until you say living on a boat and flying planes, and then they look a bit They were thinking part of the Korax's job of travelling around and spreading messages, and then
And then I swerved them.
But they don't say anything. They just offer you more cookies.
And he will gladly take cookies because cookies are delicious.
And it won't take Alicia long to return with David. He's holding her hand and looks somewhat cheery and has chocolate smeared up half his face.
Adam kind of, at this point, looks at him. Thanks to grandparents for their hospitality and advice. And looks at the rest of them and goes, okay, so are we ready?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And presumably everything will go wibbly again.
Yeah, I need 8 dice again.
Dice, I can provide. 1 sec.
Baller. He's actually going to step far enough away from the grandparents.
Diff still 6.
Yeah, we'll head out. We'll head out to the
2 successes.
hallway.
Cool. So the world melts away, and for us, no time passes, but for the world, time passes because I did not get 5 successes. So yeah, Alicia is back in New York an hour later than when we left New Orleans, and myself and Gus are back in Hong Kong at my shop. That being said, Adam is, at this point, going to briskly walk over to what looks like a reception desk and pull out a rather thick book, and Gus doesn't speak Cantonese and doesn't read Chinese, so flops it onto there. There's a book with a bunch of calligraphy and stuff that he doesn't recognize. And he starts flipping through it. Did we get Ju's last name?
I think she gave it. I'm pretty sure.
I think she did. Deb, clarification? Do 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 do. Deb, you there, hon? Because goddamn Jew, there can be a lot of fucking Jews in China. Now, if this were New York, no fucking issue finding a Jew. There can't be that many. But fuck. Fucking Far East.
Yep. Well, if you're looking for a phone number, Gus, she did give her card, so.
Yeah, if Gus is watching, he's flipping through an obvious phone book at this point.
Are you looking for her number?
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be like, he'll fumble around, and he'll get out his wallet, and he'll give him the card that he was given.
Haha, thank you. So he picks up the phone and dials up Zhu. Now, please hold for our brief intermission. Today's programming brought to you by Pentex, making the world a better and safer place, one person at a time. And by the Technocracy, making sure you do what you're supposed to.
Hello?
And don't act outside our definition of what reality is.
Exactly. So, back from intermission. Yes. So, Adam is calling Zhu.
Hello.
Hi, Zhu. I'm assuming this is in Cantonese.
Actually, no, the hello was in English because you can rely on most of the people that speak Cantonese that will have her number knowing English. Can't always rely on the English people.
Knowing Cantonese.
Gotcha. Yeah. He's like, Zhu?
Yes?
Hi, it's Adam.
Oh, hello.
Hi. So, I have a really strange question for you, but, are you doing anything later this evening? Well, what are you doing right now? Because he looks at his watch. Yeah, it's late. What are you doing right now? For Gus, he gets this shit-eating grin on his face.
What time is it in Hong Kong now that we're running?
Midnight.
Night. I was just preparing to settle down for the evening.
Oh. Okay.
Was there something you wanted to do?
Well, would you like to go out on a date sometime?
I suppose we could. I don't really know you very well. What did you have in mind?
Dinner and a movie? Or dinner and just small talk, even. Like.
Okay. When were you thinking?
When works for you? Adam has this really, like, nervous look on his face, by the way.
The The night after tomorrow?
That works for me. Cool. I will pick you up at 7-ish.
That sounds good.
Awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. Then I will see you in 2 days at 7 o'clock.
Okay, I will look forward to it.
And there's a brief muffle as if somebody's covering the receiver, and he looks at Gus and goes, "No, I'm not going to tell her we have punch and pie."
Okay, you do that then.
And he takes the hand off the receiver. Okay, cool. Then I will see you, and I will talk to you then. And
Good night.
you too. And hangs up, looks at Gus. Yes! I has a date. A real date.
Awesome.
One that's not paying me to go on a date with them. Like, dude, like, this is weird. Like, I have not dated of my own volition in fucking forever.
Well, good luck then.
Yeah, dude, like, going to the Middle East, fuck. And at this point, I think we can call it scene.
Yeah.
With Adam is at this point recounting tales of his time in the Middle East and then his journey via foot to China on his way to Tokyo. And how he just stopped here and never kept going.
Never left. Yeah.
Yep. Hong Kong's kind of that black pit, sucks you in
And presumably,
and never lets you go.
Gust is adding in stories of his time in the Navy.
Yes. Navy and maybe some fun adventures before then when he was in Arizona.
And Alicia is busy explaining in New York why they were late to lunch. Because obviously they were there like an hour longer than they were away.
Yep. You gotta
And
love
the
that
scene
flicker
will
flash.
end.
Thank you for